Hello and welcome. One of my favorite things to do is help other people get clarity, whether that's helping them receive their own clarity and guidance, or me connecting in with their higher selves and spirit teams to help bring through the clarity around maybe blind spots or where they're a bit stuck. And right now I'm running a free series, welcome, where I answer actual people's questions, whether it's general or specific to them. And the intention is that their higher self will bring through information that is for their specific situation, as well as be pertaining to anyone who finds this video. So this answer is for the person that I'll tell you about, but it also very much could be for you or someone you know. So keep that in mind as we are watching. Okay, so today's question comes from a lovely woman where she is having pain. I have notes over here, that's why I'm looking. She's having pain in her shoulders, and no matter what she does, she can't seem to release it. Now, what is a little backstory, I do know this woman, and she's into yoga. She has done my Reiki masterclass. She's very in tune. She's in my membership. She's very in tune with her own guidance and like with her body and all of that. And I can tell that even just by the way she wrote this question of what can I, no matter what I do, I can't seem to release it. And now I already connected in with her higher self, and I have my notes over here. But what does feel important to mention is many times when we do have pain in our bodies, it is something that needs to be released. So she's already coming with kind of that knowing that it's probably something that needs to be released or let go of, that she's kind of holding in her body. However, that is not the case at all of what's happening, which makes sense why she wasn't able to get this information herself, because it's not actually about releasing it or clearing it, although a lot of times it is. So if you have pain in your body somewhere and it doesn't make like medically sense, it's very possible that it's kind of stuck emotions or stuck things that your body's bringing up for you, so you can release it and let go of it. And there's lots of ways you can do that, but that's not what today's about. So she said that this pain happened for her after a sound healing event, which is also very interesting. So sound healing can be healing, but it can also bring any energy work. Sound healing is a form of energy work, right? And energy work in general can bring up things for us to look at, release, or do other things with. And so it's interesting that she wrote it started after a sound healing event. And when I checked with her higher self, did the sound healing event trigger the shoulder pain? I did get a yes. So she was right on track that the sound healing event did kind of trigger that shoulder pain. And when I asked why, like, why must we have shoulder pain? Why must the pain come up? The answer that I received from her higher self is it is bringing something to the surface for her. And now usually this is where it's like, okay, what is coming to the surface so I can clear it and release myself of it? Is it forgiveness? Is it some sort of shame that I had? Some other heavy, dense emotion? But no, as I kind of already told you in the beginning, when I asked, is it something to clear or let go of? I got a no. And then she asked, will guided meditation or trying to reduce stress help the pain? I think she had gotten some advice to do guided meditation, try to reduce her stress, to try to lessen the tension in her shoulders, which is great advice. And normally that will work a lot of the time. However, again, knowing her background, this makes sense now, because she even said in the message, she's already doing all of these things. She's doing the guided meditation, she's doing the breathing, she's doing the yoga, she's reducing her stress, and it hasn't gone away. And so I did get, if the answer was the guided meditation reducing stress, like it is a lot of the time, it would have gone away already. So that's not the answer for right now. I did ask again just to double check, is this about letting go? Gotta know. And I asked, does the pain have a message or story for her? A lot of times, I got a no for that, by the way. A lot of times there will be a message or story with the pain our body is experiencing, and it's bringing something to the surface so we can address it. However, a lot of times we also don't need to know the story. I think as humans, we kind of want to know the story because it's interesting and it helps our logical brains. But energy work does not need the story always to work. We don't always need our logical brain on for it to work. However, sometimes a story is important, but in this case, I got no, there's no story needed here. And then I'm like, okay, so cool. It's not to clear, it's not to let go of, there's no story. I'm like, where are we going here? Like, what actually is it? So when I asked her higher self, what is it? What I received was, I put it in quotes because it's exactly what I received, activating life path energy. So I've done work before where I've gotten, oh, it's an activation, but this felt important. I can hear a kid coming. I'm sorry if there's a distraction. I got that it's not just like an ordinary activation, which sometimes I have had myself and clients have pain in a spot where it is an activation, and that's the way it just wants to come across. It's an activation. But in this case, her higher self was very specific. So this might also be for you or someone you know, is it wanted it to be called activating life path energy. So to me, it is energy that is there and ready to be activated, ready to be kind of opened up. And it has to do with her life path. So to me, that's saying like most likely either she's on it, or I feel even more than on it. It feels like she's about to kind of shift onto this more aligned life path. Like she's ready. The divine timing is there. It's time to lean even further into this new, kind of this new adventure that she's been working on. But it's time to lean even further into this. And this energy that's in her shoulders as tension is ready to kind of come online and kind of integrate with her body, and meaning it's time for her to like move forward on like the aligned life path stuff that's coming up for her. Then I asked, okay, cool, but what do we do about it? What are the action steps? Because it's like, okay, it's like, this is all fun and games, right? And interesting maybe, but if there's no action steps, like what do we do about it? And sometimes there are no action steps. Sometimes it could simply be having the knowledge that pain of what it is will be enough to make it go away. It's just, it wanted to be noticed, but that was not the case here. So I checked in, is she meant to talk to it? Sometimes you are meant to talk to what's coming up in your body, talk to the pain and figure out what it wants you to know. But I got a note of that. And then I asked, is she meant to breathe into it? And I got a yes. And I'll show you what I mean by this, while saying the words, something like, it doesn't have to be these exact words, but what I got from her higher self was, I received this activation. Nice and simple. So how that would look would be if I were to do this, and again, if you feel like you have a similar thing going on, feel free to put in the comments. I can, of course, check that for you. But if you just know you have a similar thing going on, you can, if you are guided to like receive this activation in a different way than I'm going to show you, follow what you're guided. I'm just going to show you one way that her higher self is bringing through. So I would rub my hands together. I like to just do that to kind of wake the energy up. And then I would either place my hands over my heart space, or if the pain on your body is like an easy one for you to touch, I would put my hands right over where the pain is. So like for her, since it's her shoulders, I would put my hands right over where I'm feeling that pain. And just breathe into it. So I'm imagining like I'm kind of like putting my attention and energy and my thoughts on where that pain is. If I was feeling the pain, I would lean into it even more. Sometimes even just not avoiding the pain will make it go away. So just allowing that pain to be felt, allowing that tension to be felt. And then I would just take some nice breaths, breathing while focusing on where the pain is. And then you can say it out louder in your head, something like, I receive this activation. I receive this activation. I personally would do it in my head if I wasn't making a video right now. It makes it a little easier to breathe deeply while saying things in your head. And I might just do that until it feels like it's time to stop, until maybe there's a little bit of shift in the pain. Or I could also check like a certain number of minutes. Am I meant to get a certain number of minutes? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It feels like for this person in particular is 4 minutes. Doing that for 4 minutes. That 4 minutes might also be for you if this is resonating. It also feels like it might not be just it might not just be a 4-minute thing. So it could be something in layers. It could be, okay, I'm going to sit like this for 4 minutes. Actually, for this person, it feels like she's going to sit like that for 4 minutes. And then the next day, do it for 2 minutes. And then the next day, do it for 1 minute. And then see if it has shifted. So reach out to me after those 3 days. And if you're guided to also do this, also reach out to me. And if you have any questions about any of it, reach out. That is everything that her heart, oh my goodness, I can feel a lot of energy in the background for many of you. That is everything her higher self wanted to say. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, you want to share anything, definitely put it in the comments below. You can always send me an email. And if you want to submit a question, I will put down in the comments section how you can do that also. You can also just email me if that's easier. And I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.